there were some moments where things definitely changed for me in my faith. And one of them is when I was 15. So I was 15, I was in high school. I had just changed high schools, new group of friends, all that great stuff, blah, blah, blah. So at 15, I had this boyfriend and I thought everything was great. And everyone's like, oh yeah, you should definitely have sex with your boyfriend. And I was like, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Like, I think that I think I've been told other things. Like I think that I've been told like maybe you should like wait. And they're like, why would you wait? And I'm like, um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I know the answer to that. And instead of actually finding the answer or asking, about the answer or finding out about it, I just I got scared and I allowed other 15-year-olds to be my, life coach. I mean, high school is so messed up because you have this time in life where nobody knows what the hell they're doing, but then they talk to other people who don't know what the hell they're doing, being like, what should I do? And then they give them advice and you're like, do you realize that you're asking somebody else who's just as clueless as you about what you should do
Yeah.
with your life?
Yeah.
But that's what I did.
It's
And
when I
so
see my single friends giving relationship advice. I'm like, dude,
yeah, you're
you've
like,
never
oh
had
really,
one.
tell me more.
Yeah,
Tell me more. Tell me more
exactly.
about marriage and kids, please. Because
Exactly.
yes,
Please.
I know
Oh,
that you have all the answers,
oh,
right?
you've got a dog? That's cute.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so
Yeah.
sweet.
It's the
I
same.
mean, I love dogs, got tons of them, but I also have kids, so
Tons of them
it's
too.
different. Yeah, yeah, different. Beautiful and different. So, anyways, bottom line, not to drag this out. I mean, I lost my virginity at 15. Right. I thought that's what I should be doing. I mean, it was any listen, I made a free will decision. Like this guy didn't do anything terrible to me. He was a great guy. He's married and has his own kids and family now. But I thought this is what I should do. Like that you have to do because it's time, because you need to. And there was no, I didn't understand why maybe I shouldn't, or like maybe what boundaries or what you should have around that time. So I'm 15. I'm just a baby, and I lose my virginity to this guy. I have sex with him, and he's my boyfriend. And I remember though immediately, um, I left the bedroom, I went into the bathroom, and then I locked the door, and then I turned on the faucet so that he wouldn't hear me cry.
Mm.
And I realized, wow, if this is supposed to be so great, if this is supposed to be so freeing and what you should be doing, you're literally hiding from him and you're turning on the water so he can't hear you cry. Why are you crying, Leah? Are you crying just because you disobeyed some arbitrary rule? Or is there something deeper, more connected to who we are and intimacy between people and the reason for it and best, environments and atmospheres where those things can happen and then kind of stay with you? Like, I didn't know this. So I'm 15. I'm in this bathroom. I'm crying. Like, what just happened? What did I do? And I knew I shouldn't have just done that. Not because I like disobeyed something, but I was like, I don't know. There's just something I just know deep in me. I'm like, no, that shouldn't have happened then at that time. And so what happened in that bathroom is really what led my faith journey into a different direction. And this is why I'm sharing this story, because it's not exactly fun or doesn't put me in a great light. But I began in that moment in that bathroom. I had a choice, maybe I wasn't completely aware, but really what was going on is I had a choice where I could lean into the knowledge that God is mercy, God is love, God forgives you. Um, we can try again. His love saves, his mercy saves, or I could listen to another voice. And this is the voice that I ended up listening to, which is the voice of shame. And it
Mm.
just said, I cannot believe you did that. Your parents are the ones who sit in the front row at church, and you totally screwed up. You'll never get it back. You'll never be a virgin again. So that's gone. It's never coming back. And everybody's going to talk about you, and they're going to say and tell everybody what you did. Everybody will know. More than likely, the really good guys, the good Christian guys, won't want to touch you or date you or look in your direction. You'll probably never get married to a really good guy or have that family that you dreamed of, because look what you've done. And you did it so young. You really screwed up your life at a time when other kids are just out there playing basketball. And look what you're doing. That was shame. I mean, that was the voice of shame. And I listened to every single freaking word. And I walked out of that bathroom, um, not accepting mercy, not forgiving myself and asking God to forgive me. I walked out condemning myself. And that put me on a faith journey away from God and his love and mercy, and really targeted more towards anything that said that my life was okay the way that it was, which, as we know, our culture is like, anything you do is fine. Sleep with whomever, how many times, whatever, doesn't matter. We'll give you medicine and shots and pills if things mess up. Don't worry about it. Right.
Yeah.
And even if we know that's crazy, these are the messages that are going on constantly in our culture. So even back then, it was the same thing. So I followed that, which led me further and further away from the God of love, the God of mercy. And I just didn't think I belonged anymore in church. Frankly, I was like, look, I get it. Church is for all you guys who, like, man, you are good, you're hardcore. You pick up that Bible and, man, you read that thing and you believe that. And uh, it's not that I don't believe, I just don't know if there's a space anymore there for me. So that, that one choice, I falsely believed in the lies of shame. And that kind of honestly led me down so many other paths, because I just thought, like, it doesn't, it's not for me anymore. I don't belong there anymore. So I'm sorry. I wish I was, but I'm not. And I'll have to just find a new group, because that's another thing. We all desire community.
Yes.
Everybody desires community. You see this in every facet of every part of life. You see this in business. You have all these masterminds. It's community. Okay. You see this obviously in Christianity, discipleship, which is also coaching, like community. You see
Mm-hmm.
this in families themselves. You're a little community. You see this in church communities, obviously, because we know that we're not meant to walk alone, no matter what we're doing. Even addicts, they need their addict community. They need people who are doing the same thing to kind of make them feel better about it. And I say that lovingly. I have people in my family who are addicts, who are struggling deeply. But we all seek out community. The type of community that you have reflects everything about the direction of where you're going. So I sought out community that was okay with the lifestyle that path that I was on. And unfortunately, it led me on to doing many other things that were absolutely condemned, obviously, in the Bible, but also condemned within my own heart. I know I shouldn't be doing these things. And I did them because I surrounded myself around people who had the same type of shame as I did.
Do you think that you did that because you truly thought that by doing this one thing you were ruined? Or do you think you let that be an excuse for taking the path of least resistance at that time in your life?
At that time at 15, I really thought I was ruined.
You did. That is, wow,
Yeah,
that is,
I really thought I was ruined.
oh,
Later on, I chose the path of least resistance for sure.
right.
I remember absolutely thinking, you can't go back. It's too hard. And you're going to have to deal with your past self and have to admit that you're wrong. For sure, that was resistance later on. But in the beginning at 15, no, I thought I was done.
Wow. Wow. That's such a shame that you felt that shame at that age. And
Yeah.
my hope is that anyone listening, or if you're a parent listening, I have a daughter and I know you have quite a few kiddos. It's like, gosh, I want to make sure that I do whatever I can in my power. I know it's nature versus nurture, but I hope that there's enough nurture there for her to know that one thing doesn't ruin you like that.